Yes, people, welcome back to the Magpie Channel TV. Welcome back to my car video today. Not just because I'm busy, because I've also got a leak in my apartment. Fantastic. So I've got no better to do than to sit in my car in the winter as well. It's only -3 outside. Nice one. Anyways, enough of my whinging. Some transfer rumours for you today. That's why I've jumped on to do the video. You know, it's shit hot on transfer news as always on the Magpie Channel TV. We're nearly in January. The World Cup is over. Thankfully, we can focus on Newcastle United again after Southgate. England crashed out of the quarterfinals. Not going to get into that anymore. Can't be arsed. Focusing on Newcastle now. Potential incomings in January to help us in our pursuit for European football. Now, a mad name, big name, a global star has been linked with Newcastle United this morning, alongside 4 or 5 other clubs, and that is Atletico Madrid's Joao Felix. The £114 million striker signed for Atletico Madrid a couple of years ago, world record fee at the time, fell out of favour with Diego Simeone. Doesn't suit the defensive style of play, not doing well there, and Atletico Madrid's chief executive came out last week and said he is up for sale, so Felix will be moving in January. Now, will he become at Newcastle United? That's the big question. We'll get into that in a second, of course. But Felix, who's had a fantastic World Cup with Portugal, they were obviously knocked out in the knockout stages there. Surprise exit to Morocco, but well, was that surprising? Morocco being brilliant, haven't they? But Felix did star in that tournament. He was very, very good. He looked great in some games, man. His movement is second to none. His finishing's good. He's getting up there. His finishing needs a little bit of work. But obviously his goal scoring record's good. He got some assists at the World Cup as well. He's a fantastic young player. Was he 23? Best years ahead of him by far. He went to Atletico Madrid with a huge reputation. Hasn't really worked out there, but it'll definitely work out elsewhere. Which club elsewhere could that be, though? Well, apparently Arsenal are right up there as favourites now with the news that Gabriel Jesus is going to be out for a few months. He picked up an injury in Qatar with Brazil, so they need to replace their star striker. They're going to keep up this title push. Felix is one of those they're looking at. Chelsea, who also need a striker, they are looking at Joao Felix. That one very much makes sense as well, with the lack of options up front for Graham Potter. Man United, obviously no Ronaldo now. They're linked with Joao Felix, so again, that one makes sense. They need someone up top. Joao Felix would fit the bill. PSG, as always, if there's a player available and he's of high quality and all the potential Felix has got, they'll be interested. They are very interested. Now the big thing comes in. Big things come in here from The Athletic, from The Mirror, from all over the place. Is that Aston Villa and Newcastle United are the ones who are being pushed to sign Felix by super agent Jorge Mendes. Now, Mendes, in October, tried to get Newcastle United interested in Cristiano Ronaldo in the upcoming January window. He probably knew the Piers Morgan interview was happening. Now, apparently the agent is pushing towards Newcastle and Aston Villa. Now, Atletico Madrid bought him for £114 million. Are going to want a lot of that back, aren't they? They're going to want a lot of that back. Apparently it's 100 million is what it's going to cost to get Joao Felix. £100 million. Where's Aston Villa getting £100 million from is what I want to know for one player. Now, they have splashed the cash over the years and it goes under the radar. Obviously, that's the big reason why Gerrard got sacked, that he didn't meet the demands of the budget that he was given. You know, they're saying some big names, some big budgets like Costa, like Coutinho, like Buendia. You know, big money was spent. So Mendes obviously thinks he can fit the bill for Villa and Newcastle. Like I said, it really made sense. With Chelsea, Man United also, the positions they're in to buy him and the money they've got. Now, Newcastle, we all know, have got the money, but they want to be sensible with it for FFP. £100 million on a player. I can't see Newcastle United doing that. I can't see us doing that at all. You look at our record, 63 million for Isak. I'd be surprised if they broke that in January. I think for me, the most it would do would be about 50 million on Maddison. And even that would probably be next summer, not in January, depending on Leicester and whatnot. But like I say, let's focus on Felix for now in this video. And £100 million, I can't see Newcastle doing that. What would be sensible, and what a lot of teams like Arsenal are trying to do, is speak to Atletico Madrid, agree a loan. He has a good 6-month spell even from now to the summer, then you'd be like, right, well, we'll give you 80 million, 100 million in the summer if he does well. Because you could sign him up on a 6-month loan until the summer. He does well, comes in, scores 10 goals, whatever. He looks like a great player. He's adapting to the league. You could maybe put a fee down up front. You could maybe pay 20 million loan fee, and then give them another 60, 70 million in the summer. So that something like that could work out, and a lot of things that do work out that way, installments and whatnot. Now, look at Newcastle United, like I said, I don't think they'll pay 100 million for one player, but we didn't pay a lump fee for most of our players. Look at Nick Pope. We signed him for 12 million. We only gave them 3 million in installments. You know what I mean? So We only paid 3 million up front for Nick Pope. What a deal that was, by the way. And those are the kind of structured payments are very common now in football and completely make sense. So could Newcastle get Joao Felix? Yeah, I think Felix would be interested in coming to Newcastle. I think he'd look and see us in third. Remember that. Do not forget we are in third at the moment. Obviously, it'd be very interesting going to London and playing for Arsenal and Chelsea, I'm sure as well. Teams that are already in Europe. But if you showed him where we are, you showed him the project, the ambition, I think he would come. I think he just wants first team football. He wants to show he can reach his potential. And I think he would come. But if you've got the other teams interested, like PSG and Chelsea and stuff, then you will obviously probably go there. But you'll definitely move in January. Do I think he'll be in black and white? No, if I had to give an answer. I wouldn't completely rule it out. But no, I don't think. Another one that's heavily linked today, just to finish off the video, is Christian Pulisic. Captain America is linked with Newcastle United again. I've already done videos on Pulisic from the summer transfer window where we did try and sign him. Keith Downey told us that on deadline day that we were still trying to sign him in this summer. On deadline day, we were trying to sign him. Chelsea didn't want to let him go. They've kept him. He's continuing not to really play that much. What the hell was the point in keeping him? A bit like Man U with Ronaldo. They've kept him. He's still frustrated. He, like Felix, has had a good World Cup. You know, he scored the winner against Iran in England's group. He looked very good in games as well, Christian Pulisic. He's got abundance of talent. He's just a bit inconsistent and he's a bit injury prone. So it's a risk. And apparently, according to the Mirror and loads of other outlets again, £40 million is what Chelsea want for Pulisic. Can't see us paying that. I think Eddie Howe would love him on loan. He really wanted him on deadline day. He wanted him on loan. Again, similar to the Felix thing, you could see have a successful loan spell. We agree to sign him if he makes X amount of appearances, something like that. Pulisic for 40 million, I can't say it. He hasn't done enough for 40 million, really. In this league, obviously coming from the Bundesliga, he's fantastic. International scene, very good. I think he's worth about 25 at the minute. Could definitely rise to 40 if he starts playing week in, week out in the Premier League, showing he can do it. But for now, no, I don't think he's worth that. And I don't think Newcastle would pay that. I think the form of Almiron kind of changed our perspective on the need of getting a winger so badly. Like, Diaby was heavy linked last summer. Marcus Thuram's currently linked, who's at the World Cup with France still, obviously. So I don't think they're going to go big on a winger in terms of budget. So, but if they could get Pulisic on loan, or if they could get him for 20 odd million, I think they would do it. But 40 million, can't see that one. Can't see it. But I think he'll definitely move in January as well. Will he come to Newcastle? I can't give a definitive no or yes on that one, because it depends on the deal it can put in place. It's a lot tighter than the Felix shout, I think. I'd probably be leaning towards maybe 60-40 that Pulisic could come to Newcastle. Like, I think he'd offer us good depth there. He has got a lot of talent in his locker, just needs to produce it more on a regular basis. I think Eddie Howe is a fan of someone he's definitely on the transfer target list. So yeah, I could see Pulisic coming to Newcastle in January. Right then, people, that'll do all for me. I'm freezing my car. See how my leak's getting on. Drop your comments below what you think of these rumours. Joao Felix and Christian Pulisic to Newcastle United. Smash that like button, subscribe to the Magpie Channel TV, and I'll see you on the next one.